Today, we're going to be talking about the AVerMedia Live Gamer Ultra S. This is the model number GC530. And I'm going to tell you right off rip, I think I found my new capture card. So while we're getting into the unboxing of it, figured it's an unboxing. You're going to see what's on screen. I did want to let you guys know, disclaimer purposes, of course it's AVerMedia, so you know they sent it out to me because did you hear that beat that I beat on their thing? It's fine. But in any case, you know they sent this out to me because, well, I am partnered with them after all. Now, of course, they're not telling me what to say. You know, I'm gonna be real for a second. I shouldn't have to continue to say this, that it has been sent out to me, and because it doesn't matter if we say it or not. Like, if the people are out there going to just think we're bought anyway, so the people that have been here the longest can defend me in the comments. I have trashed plenty of items that have been sent out to me. Trust me on that. Now, with that being said, though, we are going to be taking a look at this, and I will be giving my honest opinions about it. And I'm going to be 100% real with you up front. You don't even have to watch the whole video. There's not a whole lot of bad on this card, I feel like, especially at the price point. Let's hop in the video and talk about some of those features on it and, well, see if it's worth getting for your Xbox or Nintendo Switch or even PlayStation 5, you know, next gen console stuff. Let's go. So what we're going to do with this video is different. I'm going to sit here and talk to you about this card and stuff, show you B-roll and stuff of the card, this, that, and the other. But you're not here to see me talk and hold a freaking card in my hand. You're here to see how the freaking capture card performs. So what I'm going to do is take myself, put me down in the bottom corner like this, and you're going to see game footage the rest of the time. We're going to be playing games like Resident Evil, an older version, by the way, because that's the game we just were playing. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at graphics. It was like Resident Evil. You see it on screen. It's one of those really old Resident Evils because I'm going through all the Resident Evils. So, but we're playing Resident Evil, playing some Fortnite, playing some Call of Duty, and of course we're gonna play some Assassin's Creed. Everything was played on the Xbox Series S, Xbox Series X, and if I have some time, I'll throw some Nintendo Switch in there, just showing you some 1080 at like 30 FPS, because that's pretty much all the Nintendo Switch does now till then. So this capture card does set things differently. Now, I have, for you've been around the channel for a while, I have, and I could have continued to use the capture card that I bought a long time ago, which is I couldn't pull up on desk. I'm showing you a screenshot of it. It's literally like I used some of that 3M adhesive tape under my desk and thought it'd be a smart idea. I've never learned my lesson, because I do this crap to all my stuff under my desk, trying to hide cables like you guys can see it or something. And now I can't get it off. I literally just like sit there and try to pry it. And I was gonna break it, so I didn't feel like going downstairs and getting a freaking scraper or some freaking, you know, blow dryer to get it off just to show you guys. You've seen plenty of my videos. I'm blowing a freaking screenshot or B-roll up of it in the past. I've been using that card anyways. It's the G1 Pro from, what is it? I don't even know the name of the card. I can't remember. Crap, hold on. Let me just look under my desk real quick. Card here. It's the X1 Pro, and that has been very well, especially for next gen consoles, because it does that sweet spot at the 1440 by 120. So if that's something that you have used or used in the past, or you've thought about getting, that price point can be anywhere from like 100. I've seen it all the way up to almost $200, which is ridiculous. Just wait for it to go on sale. I see it $100 all the time. So if you like, go and look at it, I'll post that below with this, of course. So if you want to support the channel and help your boy out, I appreciate that. Links in the description. But yeah, if you see it and you've been looking at the card, wait, it's going to drop to 100. I promise you. It might even go under 100. I think I can't speak for experience. I can't remember. Maybe around $80. I don't know. That seems pretty low. But $100 was still a pretty good deal for that capture card. But then AVerMedia put this right here, captures 4K at 60 FPS. It also captures 1440 at 144 FPS. Now, but if you're on PC and you want to have that super high capture rate, it does 1080p at 240 FPS. So if you're like really trying to capture some FPS movement, if you're really trying to be that super sweat in Call of Duty that you'll never be, and you just sit in your mom's basement thinking you'll eventually one day make it and get signed by somebody, yeah, it's capture cards for you. Now, if that wasn't enough, I had to like double check my stats here, or the specs here, because I was just like, what, really? This does this? Okay, so this does pass through at 4K at 60 FPS. Now that's HDR, so you can do that on Xbox and stuff like that. But it also does 1440 at 144 or 120 or 1080 at 120 or 240 FPS, if depending on what you're playing on, of course. And it does have variable refresh rate, which means it's going to work perfectly with the Xbox Series and the PlayStation 5, you know, because they do variable refresh rate. So this capture card definitely works for that. Now, what's cool about this is I was just talking about the X1 Pro being $100 to, you know, upwards to $200. All the other capture cards, and that does nothing near as good as this one, right? This capture card is 150. Like, that's like the base price, of course. Now, of course, you can find discount codes because your boy's, you know, he's what do you call me again? A sellout? No. I am partnered with them, so you can find a discount code below and go to the website and use it. Or if you love that 2-day shipping like we all do, I'll have the link to Amazon down there as well. Nintendo Switch 2 comes out, which is hopefully later this year. Let me know in the comments if you remember when it's coming out. I'm excited. Are you excited for that? All right, moving on. All right, so it's connectivity on this capture card itself. It does use USB 3.2 connectivity, and you've seen in the unboxing, it comes with the cable you need and everything, which is nice. It does come with did it come with it? Yes, it did. It does come with an HDMI cable, which is also nice because some of these capture cards don't. Again, this is $150. There is no other capture card that does what this does. From my understanding, if I'm completely wrong, I'm just completely wrong, and I'm ignorant to it, and I just don't know. Let me know in the comments. That is this price. Like their main competitor, like Elgato, for instance, like their capture card for this is like $200+. This is like $50 cheaper. So they're like already like super doing good there, in my personal opinion. Putting something out for next gen consoles that can record at 4K 60 or 1080 240 and also capture at that, like that's pretty freaking insane to have all that power in this little capture card for $150. They are definitely setting a new bar for these brands to, hey, make more pricing competitive for people like console gamers or, you know, streamers or anything like that. Think of like consoles and streamers and everything like that. You can use this like a 2 PC setup or something like that. So where, you know, I have like a PC over there and maybe I want a game from this and capture over there, vice versa or something like that. That way I can take advantage of the 470 to 4070 Ti Super that I have in my case right here, and then stream it over to that PC to let it stream out, because I do have the 2080 over there. That is more than enough as well. And that way I can take full advantage of my system, the GPU on here and everything, and not have to worry about streaming and gaming at the same time. Even though, to be completely honest, and you know, I'll probably get some pushback from this, I don't think you need a 2 PC streaming setup, especially for something like I have. I have a 14700K card in it and everything else, or, you know, CPU. People for some reason have to have 2 PCs to stream. I have 2 PCs because one was given to me. I didn't go buy another PC. And if I wanted to stream on my other PC, I would just lose my $3,000 Razer Blade Pro I, you know, got like 4 years ago when I first started YouTube. But I honestly don't think you need it in today's society. That could be me. Again, I might get some pushback from that, and I would love to hear about it, because I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm a pro at it by any stretch of the imagination. But I think honestly, based on what I've done and experienced, I've been able to stream like things like Call of Duty, no problem, on this PC while streaming at the same time and getting good FPS like 180 plus. So take that for what it's worth. Now some people are gonna be like, hey, why don't I just keep streaming straight from the like Xbox and stuff like that? You could, you know, and you know, honestly, that is the cheapest way to do something like this, is if you know, trying not to spend money or anything like that. This right here is going to be for the people that are wanting to take their next step to start using like OBS, Streamlabs. I prefer OBS now. We used to perform Streamlabs, but now it's OBS for some reason. I gotten used to it. But this is going to be for them. There's no point, in my personal opinion, especially if you own a next gen console, to go and buy any of the cheaper cards, because one or two things are going to happen here. And listen to me when I say it, especially if you're looking at buying a capture card and you haven't bought it yet, and maybe you just don't know a whole lot about all this and how this works and stuff. If you don't buy the right capture card for your system, what's going to happen is you're going to buy a capture card, say for $40, $60, $70, something like that. It's going to come in and you're going to think you're going to be good to go, and you're going to hook it up and you're going to probably get 4K 60. And you're going to be like, well, why can't I get 120? Because you didn't get the right capture card. And you know, you're not going to get 120 unless you have the monitor 2.1 and all that. Anyways, 1440, 120 are going to be the capture cards like the X1 Pro that's super mounted under my desk, and a capture card like this, or even like the Elgato capture cards that are a little bit more expensive even. So in my personal opinion, if you're going to start streaming on a PC or something like that, you might as well just go ahead and get something like this, you know. And I'm pushing this just because I honestly feel like for the price point of this card compared to every other card out there, this is a pretty good price in my personal opinion. You've been looking at gameplay this entire time on my screen. I streamed it from my Xbox over there to my laptop just to test it out. I've streamed it from this PC right here to, you know, everything just to test it out. And if you know, everything else you see going on and stuff is all from the Xbox Series S or Series X. No, I didn't get into PlayStation. Even though I have a PlayStation 5, I bought one for the channel because I was like, well, you know, maybe I should get into play. You know, I barely touch it. I've played like 3 hours on it and that's it. Moving on. Other things you can do on the capture card stuff, you do have an app you can download. It's the Central Pro app or something like that. You've seen it on screen right now a little bit. You know, personally, you don't really need it. You can use it, you can download it and stuff like that, and you can kind of see how I'm setting it up on screen and everything. But you're good to go plug and play if you want to use it like OBS or something like that. You don't have to go through all that. And in OBS, you can go in, you can see setting up the settings and stuff. You have access to all the settings that we've been talking about and stuff, which is really nice. You know, if you're on an Xbox or something like that or PlayStation 5, you can just put it at highest for FPS. It's going to automatically default into like the 120 if that's what you're running at on the console itself. And just for kicks and giggles, I did go into the console itself as well and just played around with the settings and stuff like that. There are people that don't understand that you have to set up the Xbox sometimes to be able to access the 1440 at 140 or 120 FPS. Just keep that in mind. If you are having issues with getting capture cards like this to do it, or if you have like the X1 Pro and you haven't been able to get like the 1440 about 120, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll make a video about it. You know what I mean? Showing you how to do it. And also, if you want to see how I set this capture card up from start to finish, I can show you that too. It's pretty simple actually, you know, in out USB, but maybe you were like, hey, I want to know how you set it up in OBS itself. How are you doing this? How you're doing that? Like if you want a complete rundown on how to do that, I can make that video, but there's so many videos out there. That's the reason why I'm not showing it in this video. But if you want to see your boy truly do it himself, even though I stream like every other leap year at this point, or if I'm asked by my big buddy Brandon over at Dark and Cyrus to do like a charity stream, because I'm all about helping the kiddos out, I'll do that as well. But other than that, I don't stream a whole lot. I don't got a lot of time. I'm a full-time freaking truck driver. I'm doing UGC and I'm trying to keep up with YouTube at the same time. So just keep that in mind. But if you want to see me do it, I'll do it. I'll hook you up. I just need to know. In any case, moving on. Okay, so are there any cons on the capture card itself? Yes, there is. Actually, there is a con on here. There is no audio input. And this can be a deal breaker for some gamers, unfortunately, on the Xbox itself. Or, you know, I don't know if PlayStation has to have it. I would assume, I don't know. Let me know in the comments if PlayStation has to have an audio input, because I've never tested it. So I honestly just don't know. But for Xbox in particular, if you want to capture audio from your game chat, you can't do that with this capture card. So that could potentially be a huge deal breaker if you're trying to get those hot mics or anything like that. So that was a little bit of a disappointment. And just in case, yeah, I did test it to see if maybe it was, you never know, software nowadays, it could have somehow passed through to HDMI. I didn't think it would. I tested it, couldn't get it to do it. So yeah. That is a huge, actually a pretty big thing on it. But honestly, other than that, if you're anything like me, I'm not really playing with other people. I'm a loner, if you want to say so. If I may say so myself, I don't care about that. And to be completely honest with you, we probably don't want to hear half the things your friends are saying anyway. Let's be real. You get kicked off the platform faster, you can turn that Xbox on and do an update. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's probably a good thing it doesn't have the pass through on there so you can hear a game audio. But in any case, you might still want that, and I completely understand it. That's what I'm here to report, the good and the bad on the capture card itself. But honestly, at the end of the day, that's the only bad I have about this capture card. Everything else is flawless when it comes to the graphics and everything and the gameplay. I mean, you've been seeing them the entire video. You can tell me what you think about them in the comments. I mean, you know, I'm impressed with it. Personally, I think for the price point of everything you get for, you know, software wise to like everything in the capture card, and I don't mean software really, I mean like what it capture, what the pass through and everything can be, the compatibilities with this and what you can use this for is pretty awesome. And another use case scenario, just because I'm thinking about it right off rip right now, is if you're running like a DSLR camera to your PC or something like that, and you want to capture 4K 60, if you have a full frame camera or something like that, at 4K. A full sensor camera does that, or an expensive camera does that, you can. Or if you're running like the Sony ZV-E10 like I am, that the 4K 30, this will do that no problem as well. I didn't test that. Maybe I'll throw some B-roll up right now and test it and show it to you or not. Maybe I don't. In any case, if you do want to check this capture card out, check out the description below for the coupon codes that you can use at checkout on their website with my coupon code, and also Amazon 2-day shipping, of course. In any case, guys, I appreciate every single one of you guys, and I will see you guys next time. And as always, peace and love.